So look at this. There's a very big difference here. Okay, you see this one? That has 115 views. It shows right there. Okay, right there is the views. This one I just posted. But look, this one, 10 views. And then, of course, this one below it, the hostage, is 65. Then, well, this one was 566. So my point here is that this video right here, because what they suppress tells you who's doing it really, is because I called out Massey and Rand Paul and said that, Trump had said how back in 2020, Massey should be kicked out of the Republican Party because he serves a different agenda. But do you see? So that should tell you who controls speech. It should also tell you who controls speech, because this is the Israeli hostages thanking President Trump. Only 65 views. So Israel is not controlling speech, or whatever Jews they want to blame it on. It's not them. And this is why I have often made the argument that all of these people that put all these podcasters on this hero status, that, oh, they're telling us the truth. It's like they all serve an agenda, unfortunately. They do. And it's not one that's about standing up for other Americans. Because, see, the reason the freedom of speech is so important, and it's the one thing that is always wanted, people want to control. And I would argue people that you would least think would be trying to control it would want to control it. Is because they want to control what you believe. Is that right? No. And there's enough evidence of the shadow banning. There's enough evidence of targeting people. It's gone on for years now. Still, nobody does anything about it. It's not the Karzadian Jews or the Khazar Jews. It's not. It is not. That is just the people that they want to scapegoat on. It is not. But the people that do have millions of followers or hundreds and thousands of followers, you should be able to realize they have, I don't care what platform it is, they have them because they're being allowed to have them. And when you're not allowed to have them, or let's put it this way, you're being shadow banned and being silenced and removed, then what it says is that what you're saying is probably what's most important for people to hear, don't you think? I think so. So I don't know how long this game is going to go on. I think that this stuff is going to continue until Americans... Here's what concerns me a bit, is that, there'll be all this, we're going to do all this stuff for Americans, but nobody's going to do anything about what's been done to people's First Amendment rights. And if that is allowed to fly under the radar, then, well, I would say the Republicans, the Democrats, tech, billionaires have gotten what they want, because people will have been conditioned that, this is the new lay of the land. And this cannot be the new lay of the land. Something has to be done about stuff like, it's clearly obvious. You can see it, these two videos, clearly obvious, okay? In this one right here, they won't even let me duet my own video, because I used to do that sometimes, because sometimes if you duet it and post it again, it'll get traction. They won't even let me do that now. So that's why I support President Trump. I do, but the fact that this still doesn't get addressed and people make excuses for it is disturbing to me, because it's almost like nobody wants to address it because they want you to accept that this is the lay of the land. That's my concern about it. And maybe that's always how America's been, before social media. I mean, if you weren't a star or popular, your voice really didn't matter. But then in the last several years, you've had especially conservatives that have stood up and have participated in the process and have shared opinions and their beliefs, and yet so many that are being demoralized and betrayed because nobody still will do anything about this problem. And I think that there's people that are Republicans and Democrats that don't think that people like me and others are worthy enough. They see us as not as smart, not as intelligent, and we don't need people like that in government. If you're not strong enough to handle what people are going to say, then should you be in government at all? No. But it's something deeper. Again, it's wanting to control people. So that is not what America's founding, in my opinion, is about. I truly believed that at one time that everybody that served did believe in that First Amendment. I think one thing social media has proven is that really there's nobody that does. They use it as a talking point, but none of them ever want to do anything about the problem because, well, by having kings like social media kings control people like me and shadow ban people like me, it serves all of them. And then you have your sellouts, the Whitney Webbs, the Ian Carrolls, the Joe Rogans. I mean, list is on and on. There's a ton of them. Because if they were true Americans, I've said it before, then they would be standing up for the people being shadow banned. They never say a word. They still to this day continue on about how X is the most free speech platform, and that's never been true. Not from day one has it ever been true. But they want you to accept that this is, the new norm? So I don't care how great things get. If you think you're going to make them so great to where we accept the fact that we can still be shadow banned and silenced, well, then aren't you betraying the Constitution too? I think so. But nobody, it doesn't matter what side, nobody to this day is doing anything about this problem. So what Americans do the Democrats serve? What Americans do the Republicans serve? They show that they don't serve people like me. They don't, because they could care less. It's not like I haven't raised my voice loud about this one. So then when you hear them get on the news and bullshit around about how our fundamental rights and our Constitution, just remember that nobody on any side of the aisle has done anything to stop social media from hurting the Americans that should be allowed to be heard. But our government has decided they don't want to hear from us.